This is eRacing GP Global Edition, and it's the third Global Edition we've done, and we've just had the Copper class, and we are now about to start with the Bronze class. We run on American tracks. My name's Alex Young, and I'm here with Amo Hazik. And yeah, so we are on round 6 of this edition, the last round, yeah, Bronze class now. These are the drivers who'll be racing the Tatuus Formula 4 cars, and coming up in just a second. But before that, let's have a look at the championship positions. Wow, Amo. So, Zuriel Sumodobila with a big lead there. He's pretty much got the championship done, hasn't he?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think he might have been pronounced the winner last time out, but judging by that gap, it's only 25 points, if I'm mistaken, between him and Francis Angelo Gonzalez. So, it's a race win ahead. If he wins this one and Angelo Gonzalez gets a really bad race, he will win it here.
Yeah. Let's take into consideration, obviously, drop points. So when you look at drop points, because in this championship you're allowed to throw away the points from your worst round. Zero, I mean, still has a commanding lead. It's a really commanding lead now. Francis Gonzalez is really far back. It's going to be a good fight for second position, but like you said, Sumodobila just has to pick up a couple points, and he will be crowned champion. We'll have a quick look at the Nations Cup. The Nations Cup is points for the countries, and it goes across all 4 categories: copper, bronze, silver, and gold. And Philippines is easily leading this, and they just finished 1 and 2 in the copper class earlier. So I really think they've got a stranglehold on this title. Teams Cup again, Sim Racing Filipinas. Both their drivers did very well as well in the copper class, and their drivers are going to do very well in the bronze class today, I feel. So it's going to be very hard for Tatuus Motorsports to deny them the championship. Okay, back to the two of us. We should actually try and have a look at a bit of some on-track action, but before we do that, let's take a lap of Indianapolis with Jason Tay. Jason Tay, who will be racing in the gold class Indy cars later on today. But he did it on board for us, and let's have a look and do a go lap with him around Indianapolis.
Hello guys, my name is Jason, and today I'm going to take you for a lap around the legendary Indianapolis Motor Speedway in the route course layout. Here we are past the final corner, onto the start-finish straight, crossing the start-finish line at 290 km per hour. Keep your foot planted to the ground as you look out for your braking markers on the right side of the track. Hard on the brakes into turn 1, climb the curbs for turn 2, flat out through turn 3, and brush on the brakes for turn 4, and gently come on the power on the exit, flat out through this king, and trail brake into this corner. Try to keep onto the inside of the corner. Just lift off the throttle for this and gently come on the exit onto the back straight. Want to turn in just after the curb ends. Try to keep onto the inside here. Try to get your car as straight as possible for this. Try to get a smooth exit out of here onto the speedway section of the track. Flat out through here. Flat out through the final corner as well. Back onto the start-finish straight. Keep a foot planted into the ground as you cross the start-finish line. And that's a lap of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Jason Tay there, taking a drink of milk at the end of his lap. He's so chilled, he's so calm. Amo, explain the reference, please.
Okay, apart from the fact that it might be also a homage to Lando Norris, it is actually a reference to the Indianapolis 500, where the winner would drink milk at the end of the race. It's a cold bottle of milk instead of a glass. So I like how Jason was into the actual thing, into the spirit things. That was really good referencing from Jason to put the Indianapolis 500 into that particular lap. So kudos to him, and I hope he has a good race.
Yeah, that was very, very cute indeed. But yes, well done by Jason Tay. Thanks for that lap around Indianapolis. We're following Momolua right now. From Singapore as he goes around in this orange Tatuus Formula 4 car. These cars are kind of interesting to drive, aren't they, Amo? They're the first rung of single-seaters just after karts if you're trying to get to Formula 1.
Yep, that replaced the traditional single-make formulas that we had in the past, like Formula Ford or Formula Above in Italy, for example. So these cars have come in. They might be on the slightly expensive side for some of the junior drivers coming up. They could do Formula Renault as a substitute, but these cars are still the best way to start their careers coming out to the ladder, that eventually coming out to Formula One. Yeah.
Do you like them? Then they're quite fun cars to drive, aren't they?
Oh yeah, they are actually. I've driven them before. They kind of hit a bit on the red line. You need to actually keep up the momentum. If you were to miss shift a bit, your car will bog and you will lose some speed. So it trains you to shift it on the red light properly. You have to hit it on the right time and you get the proper speed. And also the fact, like all the slower Formula cars, you need to carry a lot of speed because these are really underpowered.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Because they're so underpowered, if you don't get a clean exit, any small slide, and that's it, all your lap time disappears. So that's why it's and also the drivers spend a lot of time trying to get to full throttle early. It's not one of those cars where you kind of build up the throttle. No, you got to turn it, rotate that car, and just go straight to full throttle, and make sure you're nice and smooth on the way out. It's very good practice. That's why teams and drivers like to practice in cars like Formula 4 and Formula 3 before you go a bit further up their ladder, because it really teaches you to be super smooth. And that's a really good discipline to have, because if you're a super smooth driver, that means you'll be a quick driver in anything, and that's a good habit to bring forward.
And undoubtedly, these kind of like, you might say that these almost are like go-karts in a way. They're like bigger go-karts, but with slicks and wings. Sorry, the go-karts are slicks anyway, but yeah, with wings. They're like go-karts with wings. You really have to throw them around a bit, but not lose too much speed. You need to just carry it through the corner, and then you can get the optimal line and optimal lap times.
Yeah. So, 3 minutes to go for practice. Shall we, Adam Amir in the blue Tatuus car. Everyone's driving the same car, but with different liveries. So let's have a look at the spotter's guide so far. We can see what liveries are out there. So, you can see the cars number 1, 2, and 3, Sumodobila, Gonzalez, and Seiko. They're top 3 in the championship, and they're all teammates. And you can see they're running the same color scheme, white with blue and red of the Philippines flag. Further back, Takumi Lee and Henry Coe in the orange cars. I think they are Uncle Racing. Is that correct?
Yes, correct. They're both
something like
teammates.
that.
Yep.
I see some green cars there. Green cars are Stratus Motorsports, Yannick David, the 2 David brothers, the twins actually there, and Adrian Ferguson as well. Some new drivers, all the way at the back there, the Baba Ginosh from America. I wonder if that's his real name, but a very cool name indeed. And it's great to see your 30 drivers out there. Okay, just under 2 minutes to go. Amos, Voltaire Seiko, he had a bit of a messy weekend, didn't he, in round 5? He was right there in the championship. Bit up and down, hasn't he?
Yeah, he also had a messy race prior to that, 2 weekends ago in Germany where we were at the Hockenheim ring. Yeah, he had every opportunity to take advantage of his championship rival's misfortunes, in fact, his own countryman. He could have easily been leading his championship, but unfortunately, it has not panned out for him well. So he'll be looking to now try to overhaul Sumodobila, even though he's in third in the championship right now, whatever he can to actually try his best to get the championship, but it's a tall order. Yeah. It's too tall.
And Gav, Philippines 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so some really good driving there. Gav Quintos, one of our favorite drivers, super aggressive, but also up and down like a yo-yo. We've seen him win races from the front nicely, and then we've also seen him disappear and be quite anonymous sometimes.
Yeah, a bit of a, like as you say, it's a yo-yo. He could be right up to the front at the pointy end, and he could be at the bottom at the back or out of the race. There's pretty much no middle ground for him, other than he will win it or bin it. Yeah,
but always aggressive driving, always good to watch. I really do enjoy watching this driver. Henry Coe's out on track, one of in the orange car, Singaporean. He's a driver that's really progressed. Actually, I feel he's improved quite a bit through these global editions.
The fact that he and his teammate Jonathan Takumi, they're both part of the Uncle Racing team, I think because reference to probably their actual ages, but they have proven themselves well here against a really fast field of Filipinos, and they're upholding, in this case, their Singaporean flag very high. Yeah. So well done to them for giving these guys a run for their money.
Yeah. Well, late bloomers are obviously they started a bit late. So you're right. There is Jonathan Takumi Lee, his teammate. He actually had a really good round. I think he was second overall in round 5. So Jonathan, I remember when he first joined with us, he came on with a bang, and then he kind of disappeared for a while. But it was really nice to see him up on the podium in round 5. Okay, we are back. Sorry for that. We had to restart the server. For some reason, I had to restart the whole computer. Everything seemed jammed, but we are back now into qualifying. Let's see if it works now.
Yep, looks like it's working, and I was scared for a second that it looked like lag from one of the drivers, but should be good now. Yep, we're viewing Mervyn Singh, taking it slowly and gently. Now, we're going back to the previous race. I think the guy that will be bummed out the most by the restart is probably Axel, because he had put on an absolutely astonishing lap only for the whole thing to crash, and now he has to do it all over again. He has to reproduce the same performance that he did from that previous cancelled race. He has to do it here now.
Yeah, such a shame. He did a really good job, pole position. But of course, Gav Quintos also did a really good job, wasn't he? Because he was winning that race, wasn't he? He had qualified second, did a good job at the first corner, and was leading that race. Look, he's right. Looking quite good right now.
Back to the game now.
He's qualifying and he's coming along quite well.
Yep, we're seeing Quintos right now. He's about 3 seconds ahead of Mervyn Singh, so that's almost given the fact that he's not a championship front runner. 4 seconds here. He's gonna be within that 27 to 26 region. If he comes across the line, it's not gonna be a fast one as fast as his previous ones. It's a 27 from Nocom. It's another 27.3. It's a 28 for Quintos. So he has to do another lap here.
Wow, Nocom though. Again, great lap by him, and he's doing the same strategy. He's done his lap, and he's just decided to sit out the rest of the session. Wow, it's an interesting strategy. I would be out there trying to go quicker, no?
Yeah. And the fact that he did almost the exact same time. Last time it was a 27.2, now it's a 27.3. So he is absolutely nailing this circuit. He's definitely putting it into his bookmarks as his favorite circuit. But right now, qualifying's still not over. We still have some of the other faster drivers who have not qualified yet.
Well, just I don't know why we've switched. But that's not Gav Quintos we were supposed to be following. Never mind. We'll come back to him in a second. Let's see how Zuriel Sumodobila is doing.
Here he is, about a 10th slower in the first sector. Coming out now to the start of the third sector. He's going to cross the beam here to break the second timing beam. Will it be still faster than, slightly slower or faster? Here he comes now onto the banking. He's 4/10 slower, so I think he's just going to back off for this one. He's going to put in as a banker time, and he'll come again for the next lap.
Yeah, he's just been struggling a little bit through this middle sector all day today, hasn't he? Not quite showing the speed we've got used to it. He does go second at this point, but you feel there's quite a bit more improvements to come from quite a few drivers still.
Yep. Oh, it's Quintos out of nowhere there, up to second, a 10th behind. He just did another lap, and he's gonna go on for yet another one to try and secure pole position from Axel Nocom. But Nocom, I don't think has actually gone for that lap. He's actually hang back. He is really confident in that second sector that he's faster than everyone to actually still hold on to pole position. Yes, his third sector slightly weaker than the rest, but that second sector, the Mickey Mouse section, is the one that he actually really grabbed the time from.
So there is Gav Quintos. Let's see if he gets to the end of sector 1, and strangely enough, we lose him again at that same part of the lap as we were watching qualifying again. So it's a little bit of issues here.
It's kind of weird.
And we'll just go back to Zuriel Sumodobila.
Yep, back to Sumodobila here, and look at that. First sector, he's slightly slower than Nocom by a 10th. He could be up to third here, in between. He's in between Henrico and Quintos right now. He'd still be third if he maintains the speed that he's going right now. Coming up through the second sector, we all know. Yeah, look at that. Again, he's lost a bit of time. In this case, it's about 800ths of his first sector timing. So that second sector, he has not nailed it. It's still fast, not gonna lie. But it would still not be enough to overhaul Axel Nocom as he comes across the line now. And look at that, still third.
Yeah, slight improvement there, but yes, as we run out of qualifying now, some nice surprises up there. Henry Cole's done a good job to get up to P4. Gonzalez just pops in a lap there, so he'll be quite happy with that to get back into the top 5.
Yep, and we come to the end of qualifying, and again, it's Nocom who did the same strategy as last time. He gets pole position, so he has definitely not switched off from the time that we had the last, from the last race. As Zikri comes out to third out of nowhere, so the Malaysian's up to third. That's a turnout for the books. Sumodobila has to start further behind from where he was last time.
Yeah, just trying to look further down there. Some good times there. Yevon David ahead of his brother Yannick David. Nazir Osman in P13 as well.
So we're here now for the final race, the final round of the bronze class for the third season of the Global Edition for ERGP. We are now going to go for race 1. After that, race 2 is the ultimate final race for these bronze class drivers. And it's been a good one here for Axel Nocom. And yes, we are looking at the comments right now. Oliver Quino, who's actually with Axel Nocom, teammates with him, he says that let's hope the internet doesn't screw everyone over this time. Yeah, we hope so too. And we hope as well that Axel will have a better start this time. So lights are on. Yep, lights are on. Waiting for the lights here. It's a long wait and we're underway. And this time, it's... no, again, he doesn't have a better start. He does have a good start this time. It's Quintos who gets the jump on him coming to the first corner. Is he going to get him? Yes. 2 races in a row and it's the same outcome. It's actually Gav Quintos who takes the lead coming to the first corner. Second will still be Axel Nocom unless he gets swamped by the field here, which he does actually. He's been swamped by the entire field. But... whoa. Oh, he went onto the grass a bit. Zikri pushes it a bit slightly, and Sumodobila takes the pieces here. He's stopped at it. Oh, Sumodobila's up in the air. He's hit Zikri, and that might be slight damage to him. There's Nocom around the outside. Nocom goes up to 4th, but it has been a terrible start for Axel Nocom.
Wow, so Sumodobila just about survives that. That's a big touch with Zikri. But Zikri, what a great start. He came from really far back, and he's now in 2nd position.
Yep, out of nowhere. In fact, he actually went up to 3rd by the end of qualifying. So he stole it right at the clutch there. There's Zikri. We're on board with him. But he's up to 2nd. What a brilliant start from the Malaysian. Now, will he actually handle the heat up in front? Especially with Quintos, who's known to be very, very aggressive up in front.
We're riding with Gonzalez now. He benefited with that contact between Sumodobila, Zikri, and of course Axel Nocom had that incident in turn 1 as well. But right behind Francis, you can see Nocom is all over the back to him. Axel's just going to take that slipstream and they're going to pull out of it as he comes through this last corner.
So going around the outside here on the banking, he tries the high side, as we call it in oval racing, which he does have the line actually. He's had the better run here coming to the first corner, but he's not having a better line coming into the first corner, which is actually, he's supposed to be on the inside. But no, he had the speed. He actually got the run on Angelo Gonzalez and he's up to 3rd. He's made up for that poor start. And he's again attributing to how well he does take that 2nd sector very well to actually get up there. Now, will he try to go take Zikri? And it's a bit of a, not to say revenge, but he will try to get one of him after the start there.
Yeah, so Axel looking really good. They got a bit of the slipstream from Zikri, but look at that. Gonzalez goes down the inside. Very opportunistic move. Runs wide though. And Axel comes back at him. They're going to go side by side through turn 7 right now. Wow, that's how close they are.
Oh, and no love lost there between the two countrymen, but they're driving for different teams, so they're upholding each other's honors for their teams. But to their detriment, they have lost a bit of the slipstream here from Zikri and Quintos. But Zikri here looking very good up in 2nd.
So Axel then going through the last corner. It's all about the exit out of this corner for the start finish straight. Almost on the grass, but he's close enough for the slipstream, and he will get good use of that slipstream, and he'll have another go into turn 1.
Yep. Will he go this time? Will he try to go the outside or the inside? As we look at the champion-elect Sumodobila, who's watching brief here in 5th. He's not had the best session in qualifying, but he's looking to just keep it clean here in the race as over the other brakes goes Nocom and Gonzalez. Gonzalez on the outside this time. Nocom on the inside. He's going to get him, definitely. He's got the line, and he's got the inside, and he has taken 3rd position for real this time. Unless Gonzalez fights back him like last time out, but no. Gonzalez now concedes position. He's in 4th. Nocom has his sights set for 2nd.
Yeah, good job there by Axel. Really, really good job. Look how focused he is. He has to make sure that Gonzalez doesn't mug him down the inside again like he did the lap before.
Oh!
Nocom should have defended the inside. It's allowed Gonzalez through.
Ow!
Ow! And whoa! There's contact. Sumodobila's closing on the back of both of the pair of them.
And Sumodobila doing the champion thing to do per se and avoid getting into unnecessary fights. But now he has to actually fight these guys. These guys are going at hammer and tongs as Axel goes around the outside, and that is one brave move to actually secure 3rd position. Looks like he doesn't want to take any more stick from Gonzalez. and he's now up to third. But he's going to leave himself vulnerable here coming to the start-finish line because it's Gonzalez this time who has the slipstream.
Yeah, so Nocom showing maybe some inexperience in the first part of that lap, but what a great move around the outside to take the position back. But like you said, he's giving a big slipstream to Gonzalez. Gonzalez thinks about going high, but yeah, it's interesting that he's maybe try and do the switcheroo and come back down the inside. There is a space, but no, just a bit of bump drafting there by Gonzalez. That doesn't really work, but it's really helped Sumodobila. And look at that, Sumodobila's going to go down the inside, 3 wide into turn 1, and Sumodobila goes past a pair of them.
And that's a really brave move. Oh, Axel gives him a bit of a nudge coming into turn 2, but it's Sumodobila who holds firm, and he's now up to third. The champion elect, as we said earlier, he is driving a really good, clean race conservatively as... Oh, goes! That's Angelo Gonzalez off into the gravel. He might spin, and he's gonna spin. He has spun. So that is disaster for him. I think that was an unforced error. He just did it onto himself. Now he has to watch out as he rejoins the track. Nearly gets taken up by the rest of the field as another Filipino car goes spinning off into the infield.
And that's it. Gonzalez, he was the man second in the championship. This is going to cost him the championship. That's going to play into Sumodobila's hands. I would say Zuriel is going to win the championship after this round, after this race, in fact. Back at the front, though, Gab Quintos is still leading the race. But yeah, look at that. Zikri is closing the gap. Then we've got that battle for third position. Sumodobila with Axel Nocom right behind him. Jonathan Takumi Lee in 5th. Mutuch in 6th. Yevon David and Joro Cruz in 7th and 8th with Adrian Ferguson right behind him.
And you know what's crucially for the championship? Voltaire Seiko, man who's in 3rd. He's well down the order. Look at that. Look up on the screen. He's 21st. And in fact, now he's just up to 20th. But what a disastrous qualifying for the man who's fighting for a place in the top 3 in the championship.
Yeah, disastrous for Seiko, indeed. Back at the front, though, Zikri there is getting very close. But look at the fight for third position. And again, side by side. Nocom now on the outside. Sumodobila on the inside as he goes through turn 4.
What a battle between these two drivers. These are their fellow countrymen, and they respect each other very much. But they're driving for different teams here, and they're fighting for the final position on the rostrum. Sumodobila fighting to stay up in front of Nyson Nocom and on the chance to win the championship right here, right now, where his rivals have faltered. A bit of a touch there from Nocom. Nocom just touched his rear wing slightly, but luckily they didn't go out completely. Now then, will it be Sumodobila's time to pull away from Nocom, or Nocom, will he get back at him right now?
Good question indeed. Sumodobila got a really good exit out of turn 7 despite getting a touch from Nocom. And there's a bit of breathing space between him and the car behind now. But what does Zuriel do at this point? Because, yeah, he's leading the championship, but it'd be nice to wrap it up in race 1. But if he has too much contact with the car behind, he could be ejected from the race.
Yeah, that could really put him in jeopardy, actually, there, Alex. You're right, because he had a few big moments at the start of the race, and indeed contact with Axel in the middle of the race so far. That will have easily bumped up his incident points to almost to the point of disqualification. But right now, he's still in the race. He's still fighting for 3rd. He has to think about the championship, but he also wants to have a good race here to score a podium to increase that championship lead to an almost unassailable reach for the others. But right now, Axel here, he's looking for the podium. Sumodobila here looking for the championship.
That's right. Axel just wants podiums. He wants wins. He's not going to give that up quite so easily. A little bit further back, watching Yevon David now all over the back of Mutuch in P7. Not able to... it's quite funny that I'm not sure if this is Yevon or Yannick are watching. They are twins. Whoa! Just a bit of contact there. Survives for now.
Yeah, we are looking at the right, David. This is Yevon David we're looking at right now.
Well, here's his brother, Yannick David. He's had a bad lap because he's dropped all the way back down. He's firmly in that midfield battle. Yeah, so he's right. They're both in the same house, but they have different sims, obviously. He's backlit a bit there, but this huge monster battle in the middle of the pack right now.
A bit of a contact there between one of the Filipinos drivers, and that might just be Voltaire Seiko at the back here. Yeah, but it is Seiko, and he's having a ding-dong battle, even though his championship has gone completely pear-shaped.
Yeah, his championship has definitely gone pear-shaped. He's not going to be the bronze class champion. There's someone to the that's Gonzalez, who's also trying to recover. So Seiko and Gonzalez right at the back struggling. But yeah, they're going to be struggling for sure. But back at the front though, let's watch this. Axel Nocom around the outside of turn 1 of Sumodobila, but not going to happen. Sumodobila holds on to third position for now.
Yep. Again, that outside move can be quite potent. We saw Axel right at the middle sector for the second sector. He went right the outside of Sumodobila and got him, but Sumodobila just got him before the start-finish line due to the slipstream. Yeah, we know that the slipstream here is powerful, especially in a single-seater car where when they punch a hole through the air, it has a bigger air pocket. So the cars can easily close up to each other no matter how big the gap, as long as it's within at least 5/10. Right now, Axel has his own conundrum. He can get by Sumodobila, but Sumodobila can just as well get back at him as soon as possible. So he might want to wait at least until the last lap to get a good run on him, but that also would not pay off for him. That's his conundrum. He just needs to find the right opportunity to pass and just make him stay there.
Yevon David, meanwhile, has got past Mutic, but it looked like not Chris or Chris not closing in on the battle in the orange Tatuus car, and he's bringing Adrian Ferguson and Zuriel Cruz with him as well, but not Chris or Chris not now down the inside what's he down the inside of now? He's down the inside of Mutic, isn't he? And he'll take that position.
And he has the inside line, but unfortunately for him, Mutic has the outside high side line and is actually very much faster as we go back to the battle for third. Nocom on the outside again, and no, he can't make the slipstream work. Even though he is faster in that second sector, it's his third sector that has been failing him to get a better run on him. Now, he definitely has to bank on that second sector to get in front of his fellow countrymen. But Sumodobila has been driving well. Sumodobila, even though he got overtaken, he repasses, so he has not switched off. He knows how to fight back. Nocom will know full well this guy will not give up a fight.
I mean, this is really, you could say it's a bit of a champion's drive. I mean, he's not been the quickest driver today by any stretch of the imagination. You can't be quickest all the time. But he's making use of it. He's still there in the podium position. And that's what you need to do if you want to win a championship.
Yep. And back again, right. This is Gav Quintos and Mohamed Zikri. I think Zikri might have had a podium prior to this. Not a win yet, though.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's won in the Causeway edition before. I think he's won a reverse grid race, but I don't think he's won a race 1 before. So this, he'll be very keen for the win, but he's going to have to beat bad boy Gav Quintos to do it. And I tell you what, Quintos is not going to give it up without a fight.
Oh, there's going to be an interesting battle in the last 3 minutes of the race. Coming across the line now, the Zikri and the slipstream. They're both on the inside line. So I think Zikri's just, he's going to tuck right outside, but so is Quintos. So he goes wide, and they both still hold on to first and second. So Quintos there with a very good defense. Not aggressive, but it's just enough to hold on to first.
So let's just stay with the leaders of the moment. Mohamed Zikri there, all over the back of Gav Quintos. As they go through the first sector, he needs to make sure that gap is just about there because he's in the slipstream, and he'll have another go down the start-finish straight at the next lap for sure.
Coming up through turn 5 here, we're going back to the panning shots here at Indianapolis. Coming up now to turn 8. Yeah, but looking at the map, they are actually using the old school map, so it is turn 8 here. Through turn 8 and 9, through the Mickey Mouse section, this used to be much tighter as we go back to the battle for third. Sumodobila still holds on. Axel just watching brief here. They know that both of them know full well that they cannot collide with each other anymore. They might just be ejected from this race prematurely. As Zikri now on the back of Quintos coming around through the final 2 corners. They are proper corners as you might say it's not corners, Alex, but it is still counted as corners here on the map. Coming up to turn 15. Sorry, turn 14 now. Coming up to the start finish straight over the outer bricks. Quintos holds the inside. Zikri coming again. This is almost take 2. It's a bit of deja vu. Who's going to be coming into who's going to take the lead coming to the first corner? Zikri still holds on to the second, and Quintos still holds on to first.
Yeah, so Zikri's not, I think maybe he's getting a bit too close out of the last corner, because he gets close out of the last corner, has to lift through the what is effectively the real last corner of the track, and he seems to lose that momentum to take him past down the straight. So, there'll be one more lap after this, or actually, is this going to be the last lap even? So he needs to try and make sure he gets a run down the straight and not get mixed up and get too close to the last corner.
Yep. although the fact that we have to consider that these cars, despite being cars with wings, with aerodynamics, is not as potent in terms of dirty air like Formula 1 cars, so they can still follow close. But yeah, you're right, Alex. If he's too close, he could get a little bit skittish. He could actually literally lose it on the banking. But so far, we have not seen anything like that yet. We might still see it happen here, but well, right now, Quintos just needs to hold on to it. He just needs to hold on for one more lap to secure a win. But that won't be enough to hold Sumodobila from winning the championship.
Okay, so is this gap too big now? I think they're going to cross the line just in time. So there will be one more lap after this. So if Zikri, can just get a bit closer, he's got to really stick in the slipstream. He's not sticking in the slipstream enough. This is what's killing me at the moment. He sticks in the slipstream properly, he'll get a much better tow, and then he can get a run on him into turn 1. Not using the slipstream properly, I feel, and is unable. Oh, he looks down the inside of turn 2, but there's nowhere through there.
Yep, and I thought he was going to go for the cut across because, the switchback, sorry, because he had the opening there. There was a bit of a yes. No comes up to third.
Wow, so we missed that. While we're focusing on the leaders, Nocom gets Sumodobila into turn 1, and what will Zuriel do here? He could try and get position 3 back, but why doesn't he just take the championship points and secure the bronze championship?
Well, he's a racer for the first and foremost. We're all racers here. We just want to have a better position than we have right now. But he just wants to end his season high as there's a battle for first and second and third and fourth. We don't know where to look right now.
This is a great battle for third position. Great battle. Oh, Sumodobila thinks about down the inside, but there's also this battle for the lead right now. Oh, Zikri very good through this corner. He's always been very good through this corner all race.
Sorry, tell you what, he's actually even closer here this time, right? This could be a photo finish.
Wow. It's going to be a drag to the line through the last corner. He's firmly in the slipstream. Will he go wide though? That's the only way he can go, can he, Ammo?
Yeah, he can. And unfortunately, it's not enough. But he's got the toe here. This is going to be a very close finish to the line. It's between Quintos and Zikri. Zikri's just going to lose out by just 0.02 of a second from Quintos. Quintos holds on to it. You can see how happy he is. As we're going to go back to the battle for third. Nocom holds on to third from Sumodobila. So it's a photo finish between the battle of two packs. What an absolute finish to this first race. And you can see that Quintos, he's absolutely ecstatic with that one.
Wow, what a great end to the race. Very much a high-speed game of chess. Zikri, though, just losing out a bit. And Gab Quintos, he was the man. He won the race. Good job there. But Zuriel Sumodobila, he is our new bronze champion. He collects enough points, and he's uncatchable now. And he will be a bronze champion.
Yep. Provisionally, I think provisionally we can say it, but by logic, that is beyond unassailable now. He has a big enough lead to be declared champion here. But before we go back to him, we're gonna have to say about Zikri. What a race he had! That was a really calculated race. He didn't really push the issue too much. He just played it clean, played it safe, and when he tried to strike for the moment, he just narrowly missed out.
Yeah, I was really impressed with Zikri today. I think he's going to be a real strong driver in the next global edition. Maybe try and take the bronze. He'll be in the bronze championship for sure. But at the moment, yeah, Zuriel Sumodobila. Wow, what a good job. He was smiling just a moment ago. He knows he's won the bronze championship, and he'll win obviously the cash vouchers for Precision Sim pedals. Maybe he can pick up some pedals now into I don't know, maybe he has got loads of pedals on that rig already, but yeah, he'll have quite a few cash vouchers for them.
Yep, and here we have the final results.
So Quintos there with his win, really just 34,000 in front of Mohamed Zikri from Malaysia. Axel Nocom holds off third position. He had pole position as well. Sumodobila fourth. Takumi Lee fifth. Yevon David held on to P6 from Mutuch. Edward Wong in P8. Not Chris in P9. So yeah, that's race 1 done. We have one more race to go. We obviously had some server issues, so we had to restart. So we're a little bit later in the day if you've just joined us. But we're now onto the reverse grid race.
Yep. Plenty more mayhem will ensue because of this, because we know how crazy these reverse races can be. So then, was it the top 16 again that you said for this one, Alex?
Yes, top 16. I don't think I changed it actually from the last race. Didn't get a chance to do it. So yeah, it'll be top 16 again. So the guys in the front will be in the middle of the pack, middle to the back. And guess who's up front? Zuriel Cruz. We have Zuriel Cruz leading the pack as we're about to take the start. Red lights are on, and there they go. The cars are underway. Zuriel Cruz, though, he's got to defend the inside from Melvin Singh. Melvin Singh in the Team Uncle car from Singapore has had a great start, and he's got the inside, and he'll be favourite to take the lead into turn 1. But can Cruz go around the outside? He's going to try and go around the outside. No, he decides to concede the position, and it's Melvin Singh who now leads on turn 1.
And that was a good start here. Again, somehow the guys who are on pole don't have a good start. We saw that from Max Ocon. He couldn't fight back to win that race, but he still fought the third as Cruz gets back into the lead. He went onto the inside. Mervin Singh just opened the door a bit, and he takes the lead. Mervin second. Oh, there's a bit of a touch there between third and fourth. It's Henrico and Vortez Seiko. Oh, Seiko, who has had a bit of an absolute mare in this round. He's now dropped to 5th place. Behind it. Oh, no! What happened there? I think all the cars are lost. I think it's another server issue. Yeah, I think we just had another server issue. Looks like everyone's gone from this race.
Wow, dear. Oh no, we're back in racing again.
Yeah, because we thought it was Henrico wiping out one of the cars. Yeah, again, we're having really severe issues here. The cars are flying everywhere right now, so a bit of a premature end to the season, I think.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to restart this race. We got silver class coming up. It might just be our PC though, because I'm looking at the Zoom and the drivers are still driving.
Yeah, we just don't have the broadcaster right now, so hopefully we can bring out the Zoom as well. Can we bring out the Zoom to see the drivers, how they're doing?
Yeah, let's have a look at the Zoom. Just see the drivers in the corner there. They are actually driving at the moment. I think it's, gosh, it could be my PC then.
Ah.
Well, we will get the race 2 results to you guys later, but I think we're going to have to restart this PC at the moment because we have another race room crash.
And sorry to put a bit of a real life reference here, but this is not Max Headroom interfering with our broadcast. It might have looked like it at first, but it is not. So, yeah, according to the timing screen, well, that's not Zuriel Cruz in the lead because. Oh no, he was in the lead at one point, but unfortunately we can't see clearly what's happening right now.
Shall we try and come back to us in the studio, and maybe I'll come out of the server and try and get back into it again, shall we?
Yeah, we will.
Yeah, let's try and do that. Okay, so while we're chatting, you can talk about what's just happened, Ammo, while we try and get back that server.
Yep. So Mark Water Element just actually said we went full Max Payne. That's a video game reference right there. Yeah, Max Payne in a way because of so many glitches, or the fact that it's a bit like if everyone remembers Max Headroom, it's one of the most famous broadcast interruptions. So yeah, that's one.
I don't remember Max Headroom. What's that about?
It's just a guy who had a spinning background. He was wearing he was wearing a mask, looking like a guy looking like the real Slim Shady, and interrupted the broadcast for live broadcast. So that's pretty much it. That's pretty much what that guy did.
Yeah.
It's a shame that it just had to happen to us. That this what happened here is the broadcast crashing.
The important thing is the drivers are still driving, and the game is still going on. Let's see if we can join them now. Looks like we are able to join them a bit, so let's carry on. Yeah, Cruz is still winning. Seiko, though, is in P2, and we'll see the cars fill in as we go along. So that would be a race room issue, I think, on my side, on our PC. But yeah, most importantly, the racing is still able to continue, and that's the main thing.
Yep, we got a bit of an update from Junelli Christian. I think it's one of the. I think it might be related to Junelli Cruz, but here it is. Is it? According to what we're seeing here, it's Cruz who still leads, Seiko second, and Quintos in third. So yeah, there we go. Confirmation on screen right now. We're back into the race action, and there's a Filipino 1, 2, 3, and 4 if you include Angelo Gonzalez.
Yeah, so there we go. Zuriel Cruz in the front, followed by Seiko, Gav Quintos up to P3. That's a remarkable few laps he's had while we were battling with the server issues, because he would have started in P16. Gonzalez in 4. Yevon David has also a good job in P5, followed by Not Chris and Zuriel Sumodobila. Our bronze champion he's also had a good couple laps and is back up to P7.
Yep. And he might be, I don't know where he was at the time of the crash, but I think he was just right up in between that midfield. So he wasn't far away. He started. Nonetheless, he is now right at the cups of the top 5. That would be a great way for him to sign off this season and indeed in this class.
Yeah, it would be if he can get back on the podium. But he is our Cup of champion. But let's go back to the front. Whoa, Seiko, Gav Kintos looking down the inside of these two cars. He's getting very close indeed. Could Gav Kintos do the double, Ammo?
Let's see. Well, he's got his fellow countrymen in front and teammates too. There's no team orders here because it's the end of the season party for everyone. They just want to race all out. I think he could because Cruz here is under severe pressure for Seiko, and Seiko, we all know he can be very fast, but he has been unfortunate in the last few rounds. So this might be Kintos for the taking, barring if all 3 drivers actually accidentally hit each other out.
So Kintos is going to get a super slipstream. He's going to get slipstream off both cars. He's just going to choose a side to go. He goes down the inside. They're going to be 3 wide as they come across the start-finish line and into turn 1. Kintos, so on the inside, he's going to take both those cars. Nicely well done.
Oh, and that's a brilliant move. And I thought he actually lost the slipstream by the time that he got through, but no. He actually just had the line, and now he takes the lead. With the biggest loser out of all of that was Voltaire Seiko. He didn't make up any positions. If anything, he lost 1 when Kintos went into the inside. But he's going to go up the inside of Cruz. He's got the inside line for this corner, but unfortunately he has the outside line for this one. He has to run a bit long, and no, he still stays third. But Sumodobila now Angelo Gonzalez now right up to the back of both of them.
Wow, so there's a Quintos. He's going to do the double, I think. He's got a nice gap, and the cars behind him, they are just fighting all over each other. Seiko there covering the outside, leaves some space in the apex, so he holds on for P2 now. Has to keep it clean through this left-hander. Manages to do so. But look at that, the 2 cars behind him, very close indeed. Gonzalez is going to try and get... Oh! Quintos makes a mistake.
Oh, that's a big one. He went a bit of rallycross. In fact, look at that further behind. Not Chris also went off to the grass while chasing Sumodobila. But whatever it is, look at that train. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4 for the Philippines. And the positions have completely swapped. Seiko now up to second. Quintos in the lead as Angelo Gonzalez not smiling this time. He is the smiling assassin. Let's see if he can make it. He's on the outside. He has the slipstream from Seiko right in front. He has the line. He's right in front of him. He has a bit of a car's width. He is a full car length ahead now, and he's taken 3rd place from Zuriel Cruz.
Well done indeed. Holds on to it for now. The sun is setting, but yeah, he has held that position, so he's in P3. Can Janelli Cruz come back? There's a good battle between them as well. Sumodobila's got to the front of this battle between Yevon David and Not Chris. Chris says, oh, will he look to the inside? No, he doesn't. In the orange car, he stays around the outside. And Yevon David holds on to the position now. Looks quite comfortable in his nice red seat indeed.
The seat looks very much bigger than him. That's how young some of these guys are. But look at that. A Filipino 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a Philippines armada right here in Indianapolis.
It really is an armada, isn't it? I mean, these guys are... I'm going to have to get them to start using different cars, because when they're running together, it's impossible to tell who's who. But one thing for sure, though, I know who's out in front, and that's Gav Kintos. Although Voltaire Seiko has done a really good lap this lap, because he was a good 1.5 seconds behind at the start of this lap, and he's close to within half a second at the end of it.
Yep, and he's made out quite a lot of gap. In fact, I thought Gav would have gotten away with it because these guys are squabbling, but now they're at the back of him. This is still going to be a battle for the win. It's still not over yet as Kintos goes to the inside. He's doing the same thing he did just like in the first race against Zikri. Zikri wasn't as aggressive. We all know Seiko can be as well. Let's see, he goes into the first turn. Seiko has the outside line, but Voltaire has to settle for that. He goes a bit of grass cutting there to get a better run coming into turn 3. But Kintos again knows how to defend very well. As into the air slightly goes Seiko. He had a bit of a touch from Gonzalez. Gonzalez there gets into third. He's in third. He's trying to get second. Pushes a bit slightly coming to turn 7. But unfortunately for him, it's still 3rd place.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of Philippines. Sim Racing Filipinas. They are going to take the Nations Cup, and they're going to take the Teams Cup, I feel. Great job by all of these guys. They race together, they race hard with each other, but yeah, I know that the sim racing community in Philippines is very, very close indeed.
But that is a very nice thing to have, and they respect each other quite a lot. As we're still looking here at the battle between second and third, where we go further back. That's a no-com. So from third place in the first race, he has not made any inroads with the front runners. He's still stuck in that midfield.
I mean, Axel's had a pretty good day today. He didn't get the results. I mean, he deserved better results. Got a bit unlucky, I think, in race 1. And obviously here in race 2, he struggled because he should be up at the front, really, but he's struggling a bit and trying to get past position Ken Lee. Let's just have a quick look back at the front, though. Seiko there, defending from Francis Angelo Gonzalez. And Gonzalez tries to go around the outside, no doing, and Seiko holds on to second position.
Yep, it's becoming a bit of a common theme with these cars that are a bit low powered, and indeed we saw in the Kia as well. You hold the inside, it doesn't necessarily protect your position, as we see this in action as Seiko, sorry, that's no-com, having a bit of fishtailing moment, trying to go on the inside. I can't allow. Lau closes the door, and unfortunately for him, he's dropped the position because Edward Wong just nicked him for 11th.
Good battle behind them as well. We got Nisa Rizki Ramadan there, fighting very hard with Mutic and Zikri. Mohammed Zikri is also a driver that should be further up, but he's obviously got involved in the walls, and he's quite far down. But Rizki Ramadan, looking around the outside at turn 7, not able to make it there, and Zikri holds on for now.
Yep, and well, not a good end to the season for Zikri, but he'll take that second place win just now after nearly winning it as a highlight of his season.
Yeah. So not Chris there fighting for 6th position with Yevon David. We'll go back to the front because Gonzalez has got the slipstream, and he's got Seiko and Quintos in front of him. Quintos in P1, Seiko in P2. Will Gonzalez do to these guys what Quintos did to them a few laps ago and try and take the slipstream to overtake 2 cars in 1?
He doesn't have anywhere to go here. He has to still stay back a bit, unless he does it inside very late, which he doesn't do. And whoa, that's a bit of a hit. Seiko just got a bit of a hit there from Quintos, who fishtailed coming to the first corner, but somehow he's still second.
How did he recover from that? And look, Quintos makes a mistake and he goes wide as well.
Wow, what could have been in tears for Seiko. He would have missed the podium. He's now right up into the lead, but the race is still not over yet. We still have 2.5 minutes left to go as Quintos comes in the inside, coming to turn 7 into turn 8. Quintos holds around the outside. We have a back marker. That's Yannick or Yevon David. I'm not sure. There's one of the 2 brothers. But Quintos, even out of all of that, he's laughing about it now. I think they're talking to each other. They are still maintaining the same positions. This is simply amazing.
Wow, Quintos somehow holds on to that. Seiko also somehow holds on to second position. I thought he was gone. It's definitely getting a bit more argy-bargy between these rivals, these teammates, these friends. A lot more contact starting to happen now.
But because of that contact, we don't want, the worst case scenario, friendly fire. And that, I think that has happened to Seiko, because look at it, he's falling behind. Maybe he has suffered what he has been suffering for the past few races in this season, and that's last few minutes contact. And this car, I think his car is not terminal, but it is slightly compromised.
Yeah, he's had some last lap disasters. I think about 3 races this edition. So yeah, he's got the run now on Sumodobila. Looks to the outside. I'm surprised he didn't try down the inside. I'm not sure Sumodobila would have covered the inside. They can be quite... but Seiko, yeah, struggling to stop the car there as he goes through turns 2 and 3.
I think his suspension might have been a bit borked. Well, we say borked because, that's a Jimmy Broadbent's way of saying that the car is a bit busted. Yeah. But, yeah, it looks like the car's not as comfortable as it was a lap prior, so he has blown his chances of actually trying to end the season on a high. 3rd is the best he could hope for if he could keep up Sumodobila. 4th is his best case scenario. Worst, it could be 5th in a Filipino armada of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You're just watching the battle between Chris and Yevon David. We'll try and go back to the front though, if possible, because we are on the last lap. But look at that, Yevon David contact. Chris sweeps around the outside. Great move there and takes the position back.
And we can see that. Is this Yannick or Yevon? It is Yevon, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so Yevon there has to fight another lap here to cover the 6, as we are now on to the... Well, this is actually pretty close. This could easily be the final lap as well right now. It could be another photo finish. Coming around the final corner here. About 5 seconds to go. I think this might just be the final lap. Quintos holds on to the inside. Gonzalez on the outside across the line. And that is another photo finish. Quintos holds on to the lead. And he's laughing all the... Look at that. Look at how elated he is. There we go. 7-star garage. He wins it. I think he might have the same color as the Filipino guys. But number 1. And the side of his car that says Gav. He is winning it. Correct me if I'm wrong, people, if that kanji that Romanji is wrong. But what a finish.
Sorry, he's with 7-star garage, I guess, because he was running in the same colors as the others. We always thought he was with Sim Racing Filipinas, but he has taken the win. That's a double win for Gav Quintos. Bad boy Gav Quintos does it in the end. Great, great, great result.
Wow, and you know what else is great? It's a celebration today for the Filipino guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, with Cruz bringing up the rear in 5th. But take nothing away here. It was a fantastic race to see these guys, who are close friends and rivals, to provide us a great show.
Yeah, I just have a quick shot there here of Sumodobila. He's our championship winner, don't forget. He's had an exciting day, not quite showing the pace that he usually does. But yes, he's our bronze champion. So congratulations, Sumodobila. Really, really good job. He's been the star guy. Had a couple blips along the way, didn't he? A couple races where he fell to the back, but still. But when he was quick, he was really untouchable, wasn't he?
Oh, absolutely. And he's shown his class here in the championship by winning by over 40 plus points if he could get the final points count. But he might have driven a bit aggressive here, but he was smart enough to avoid heavy contact to literally be sent out of the race. So well done to him. Yeah. Absolutely masterful drive for the entire season, and can't wait to see him in silver.
Oh yes, I can't wait to see him in silver too. Seiko there with fastest lap of the race. Good job. Unfortunately, I feel a bit bad for him, P4, because he looked like he had the pace to perhaps challenge for the win. 5th position, Janelli Cruz. Not Chris, pinches P6 from Yevon David at the end. Good drive by him. Takumi Lee in 8th. Adrian Ferguson did a good job for P9. And the Malaysian, Edward Wong, rounds up the top 10. And Axel Nocom just finishes out the top 10 in P11. Wow, so it's some exciting racing there. Like you said, the Philippines and Mada, they were all very close. Good friends and a great battle indeed.
Yep, and what a way for them to close off the season. And indeed, I think by the count of this, we're not going through the other two classes. Their lead in the Nations Cup is pretty big right now to Singapore. Yeah,
so that's for sure. The Philippines wins, I think, for sure. Unless because I don't think there's enough points on offer for Singapore to try and draw them back. And I think Sim Racing Filipinas wins the Team Cup. So congratulations to them. So we are done with bronze. Bronze is done. We will be back onto silver class in just a moment, just after this break.
Things to be aware of organizing eRacing Championship without race room. First, no automated leaderboard would always be labor intensive. Elimination round would be the only way to filter the winners. Having the participants adhering to the schedule would be a huge test. We need to know the task will get bigger when participants increases. Time consuming. Organizing eRacing Championship without race room, it's all need run manually to take down the participants and eliminate them from first round group to final round group. Because it is manual human labor, there bound to be human error. Manual human labor would have a price tag for the man-hours involved. New participants would never have chance. The eRacing clubs in the world will send their best racers to participate the race. But that means your championship exposure is just limited to the eRacing clubs. Why choose race room? Our 3E official championship have fully automated leaderboard. Participants can log in anytime to leave the fastest lap time within the qualifying period. Each of the racers already have their ranks with race room. Next, save time. You can have unlimited amounts of participants in a super short time to qualifying them to final race. Race room can cover unlimited amount of participants. We have a full automated esports ecosystem from qualifying leaderboard to broadcast AI. Besides, race room's free contents lets everyone can participate to the race.